So I left San Pedro, like I said, in the mountains, the best place ever. And I think this jacket's in the way here, so I'm just going to try to scuttle it over a bit. Okay, there we go. And scuttle, you love that word. And so I ended up going to Antofagasta, which is sea level, and you could just blast it super fast, awesome. There's a sign on the way that says, like, the limit of the tropic, I think it was of Capricorn. So at that point, you're like leaving the tropics, 23.5 degrees below the equator, 23.5 degrees above the equator, so the tropics, maybe 22.5, something like that. And I could kind of feel almost the shadows changing at that point, although you're still in the desert, everything's still the same as it was previously, but feeling a little bit of a change happening. So anyway, I get to Antofagasta, and I have a video of me coming into the town, but also I have some video of like the houses and the hillsides there. It's very, very cool. They have an ocean as well, so I have a video of that from my hotel. But mainly just the city. They had some really cool colored houses with these like hills in the background. So Antofagasta was cool, but only there for a night. And then heading down to Caldera, and again, blasting super fast on that highway. But instead of the desert being up to 3,000 feet for the straight, now it's starting to come down by the sea level. And you see a bunch of cool little towns along there. Coming into Caldera was crazy different. I don't know, it was the desert, but it was like kind of like in this like harbor. And I was at a really cool hotel, and it was a small town. And there was just this different feeling. It felt like, I don't know if I'd say like Victoria or something on the island, but kind of did. Almost like the West End in Kamloops too, if Kamloops was compressed down so the hills didn't go up so much. It's a very different vibe and very like peaceful. And so that was cool to be there in Caldera. Definitely things are changing as you're going further south here. And I've sort of crossed off the San Pedro like end goal of the crazy altitude stuff too. So other than the climb to get to Mendoza, to cross the Chile border, my high altitude ventures are pretty much over by this point. So I keep working down, on the way to Caldera from Antofagasta, there's this rad sculpture in the desert of a hand. It's like super like surrealist art. I didn't stop the car for it, but I'll put up a picture for you anyway. Super cool. But I could see it from the car, I just didn't pull over to it. Anyway, then we go down to La Serena, and on this section, it's almost feeling like that return to like Mexico, North Mexico, Texas, sort of like scrubland vegetation, so not pure desert anymore. So that was sort of something I noticed, the vegetation returning. I have a little clip in La Serena. It's a bigger city, sort of a cloudy day on the ocean. And then from there down to the last stop in Chile, which is a place called Quillota. And on the way, you could totally see real trees returning, both needle trees and deciduous trees. So that was definitely getting into a different climate altogether, like almost green. The place I stayed at in Quillota was an Airbnb, and I felt like I was pretty much in the Fraser Valley. Like, I've got some video of that, the yard there in the hills. So that was a completely different vibe. Now I'm out of the desert. But the next day, I have to head up to Mendoza, which is Argentina. And to do that, you have to head up this crazy, like 29 hairpin turn climb. And I've got a picture of that that I'll show you. Maybe I'll do that in the next clip. Okay.